Hey guys, I'm doing another tutorial. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I thought I would do one. Today I'm going to show you how to get a cinematic look to your movies in just a few simple steps. Thought I'd just point out one that this works a lot better if you're using an HD camcorder, one of the bloggy camcorders, anything that records in high definition. Best done off like solid state memory or flash memory. Tapes tend not to do it that well. It's the way they record, but I'll come to that later. First off, I probably should apologise that I haven't got the screen recorder at the moment because I can't get it working, but I'm hoping you can see it on here. First things first, open your video. I'm using ULEAD Video Studio 11.5 Plus. Pretty much any software will do it. I don't think, I'm not sure that Power Director does it, and there's like Movie Maker probably doesn't do it, but Vegas is a brilliant one for it. I think iMovie's quite good if you're on a Mac. General, most professional editing, well, most editing software that you can buy will do this. As I said, an HD camcorder will give you a much better result, and it's because of this. It films, well, mine films in 50i, which is 50 frames a second interlaced. If you put it for an editing software program and save it in 24 or 25 frames a second, it will go down, and because it's taking out the frames, it gives it a cinematic look. You'll see what I mean. I don't know, it just looks better. Right, so first things first, drag it into the timeline, obviously. Now already the motion of it has gone down, so it's now in 24 frames a second. That's sort of a default. That's sort of, yeah, blur, I'm kind of going off the subject here. Then you want to go into colour correction, or any sort of colour correcting tool you have. And for ULEAD, I have come up with sort of a good settings thing, which is contrast 20, about 20. I usually put the gamma down to -11 and brightness up to 8 or 12. 10 was good. Now saturation, basically, if you want the 300 effect, you take your saturation down, but not too much, because it will look really washed out. Down to maybe 15 at the most, and you will find this sort of 300 washed out look. But if you want it to look more like Avatar, you can put it up just a little. You don't want to go too far because it starts looking a bit computerized. I would say about 6% is good. And this gives you a lot more vibrant colour. So now that we have our colours corrected, I want to go on to something that it gets on my nerves, and I'll tell you why it gets on my nerves. People believe that if you crop this to the wide, it automatically makes it cinematic. Well, actually that's not the case. It can work, and it works for what I would call more epic movies, but if you're doing like a comedy or a TV series, you can get just as good results without cropping. But if you want to crop, then I'll show you how to do that on here. Now what we're doing, technically what we're doing is just going to be putting two black bars here, and you don't ever want to make the mistake of putting it into one of these overlay things down here. And wait for it. Sorry, I've got a lot of programs open. Put it in the overlay. You don't want to like just drag it across and make it all stretched. That will look horrible. Okay, don't do that ever. I mean, look how wide that looks, and it just looks horrible. What you want to do is crop it. Now you don't want to crop it too much. If in Sony Vegas, I don't know how this works, but I'm sure you can find a way. But basically, for a 4:3 thing, if you're using a DV camcorder and you filmed in 4:3, what you want to do is go to video filter here and find cropping. There we go. Put cropping onto here, and customize filter when it comes up. Width should be 100%, always 100%. For 4:3 the height should be 50, but for 16:9 widescreen set it to 75. And because ULEAD is retarded, you have to scroll it to the end, and 75 there. And there we go. This gives us a very epic cinematic thing, but as I said, it doesn't always make it like that, okay? Tips. Right, well, tips I've found are just don't go mad with colour, and don't go really, really wide, because if you go even wider, it just starts to look silly. This is the perfect amount of wide, so basically it will look like this on YouTube. This would be, if it was 4:3, this is what it would look like on YouTube with sort of the half black bars. Okay, so yeah, when you go to export it, obviously make sure you get the right settings. Eventually it will come to it. Right. If you are using, right, well, I can't show you how to do QuickTime, but you know, if you're using a stable version of ULEAD, because you may find that ULEAD is actually a very unstable program. If you're using a stable version, go to QuickTime, but if not, there's a great WMV setting. Don't go to 1080p, because that makes it 4:3, which you don't want. Go to 720p, and that's always what I use, and that gives great results. But there is another setting, not this one, Blu-ray. If you find Blu-ray, you go PAL HDMV 1920, you save it in that, and that gives you full 1080p resolution in Blu-ray quality, provided you've got the settings right. And yeah, once you've saved that, it should come out in a really nice quality. So, small detection, sorry. That's the editing process, but you can't, if you just film it like in your hand and just sort of shaky, it'll still look like it's done on a camcorder. What I'm trying to show you is how to make it look like it's done for a professional camera. There's some other tips that you can use. One, if you have a tripod, this is a bad example of a tripod, but fold up the legs, right, fold up the legs, fold up the legs, and the other one, god, this stinks, I wish I'd had it, right, so if you use this tripod, and then you put it on top, and then when you're filming, film it with this adds weight, and actually you'll find it reduces shake. It's basically Steadicam, there you go. Also, avoid really shaky shots, like, you know, unless you want to go for a Cloverfield style, if you want to make it look more like, I don't know, Transformers or something, if you want to do like normal talking scenes, whatever you do, make sure, put this down there, make sure you're doing smooth shots and cutting a lot of shots, and don't be afraid to be filming and then say freeze and still have it recording, because you can just cut that out. Don't be afraid to cut stuff out, and you know, make sure you do it. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it. If you have any other tips that you would like to add, just comment section, and I will add it for any other future tutorials. Yeah, goodbye.